Aries, born March 21st to April 19th. What can you expect for the month of February 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So I just see Aries, like it reminds me of those little nesting eggs, right? Where you open it up and then you open it up and you open it up and you open it up, right? So to me, it can be a number of things, right? It can be surprises. It can mean that, that there's something that you're working on that's going to turn into something else, or it can take effort, right, to get where you want to go. So there's a lot of different interpretations that you can give those nesting eggs. So just know that this month it feels like it's chocked full of a lot of things, that it's condensed. It feels like a lot can happen in this month. And so let's look specifically at things like relationships. So for those of you in a romantic coupled relationship, let's start with that and see what's in store for you for the month of February. Well, it feels like there's some honesty and some truth and some things that are coming to light that maybe you weren't aware of about your partner or about yourself. So there's some interpretations or understandings that you're getting about them, and it could be in the area of their health. It could be that maybe you're seeing something about their health that has you cause for alarm or concern, or it could be just that you're starting to recognize something about yourself, whether it's a decline in health or whether it's a situation in which, we got to tackle this, we got to get it together. But it feels like being able to notice things that are unhealthy. This could be anything from a pattern of a lack of follow through to work ethic to physical health. There's just patterns that you'd like to see changed, or you're recognizing that are new that affect your relationship, right? So it's about patterns, noticing patterns, and with your spouse, with your partner, and that is causing you to be able to want to have conversations or adjustments to make it better, right? For both of you. And so maybe it's that one partner sees the other partner isn't healthy, and then that's affecting the relationship because they don't have the energy to keep up or the stamina to keep up, or they're noticing that they work all the time, so there's no fun or relaxation there. So there's adjustments that are coming up in the area of relationship for you to be able to look inward for yourself and for your partner. And it doesn't feel like it's a hard change. It feels like it's something that you've known about for a long time, and now it finally feels like, okay, this has got to change. And it could even be in the area of substance abuse, right? Where one of your partners is abusing alcohol or drugs or sex or pornography or anything, and then you're like, no more, we're not doing it like this. Or they recognize themselves, this is my issue, this is my problem, I want help. So there's a real defining energy this month about shifting gears and just no more. So there's an intolerance, I want to say, that kind of comes up to be dealt with in your relationship. And it doesn't mean that you're intolerant of them. It can mean that you're intolerant of your own behavior, that you don't like your own behavior, and you're recognizing this, and that you want to change it, and that you want things to be different. So it's an intimate connection, it's a deep connection, and it is very much something that, well, it feels like it just comes up and you will deal with, and you can get through it. Most, right? Some people won't get through it. Some people will go, you know what, this is a deal killer. Can't support you anymore. Need to move on. So however it is for you, just know that there's always support for you. We have the new moon in Aquarius on February 4th, which is a lighter energy, a happier energy. Then we have that full moon in Virgo, February 19th. And if that feels a little bit more like, oh, okay, now it's up, I see it. So in between those new moon and the full moon, so it feels like the middle of the month is where there's like around the 10th, 11th, 12th, there's more intensity. So whatever it is that's going on in the relationship gets intensified and really is not something that you can kind of like look away anymore. It is something that needs to be handled or done or addressed. So just know that that's going on in the relationship, and I do feel like it is something that when it comes up, it's coming up to be cleared, right? So we just want to recognize when things come up like that, that it's going to support us. And even though it's scary or intense or you don't want to deal with it, just know that by dealing with it, things will get better for you. All right, so let's look now for those of you who are want to be in a couple romantic relationship. What's in store for you guys for the month? So this is really about seeking your own truth, knowing your own sense of self, knowing what makes you happy, knowing what's good for you, knowing the type of person that's going to support you, that will align with you, that will be a good partner for you in all areas of your life. You're going to get a lot of information, a lot of clarity about your needs and about what's going to support you. And then I feel like as soon as you, and you may already have just recently stumbled on this about what feels good to you, and you're starting to make boundaries and you're starting to say no to that kind of behavior, and yes, this here works for me. And I just see this amplifying throughout the month. So by the end of the month, there can be a really exciting romantic partnering for you, but it's not without effort. So it's not without you speaking up and saying, that behavior doesn't work for me. This is what I like, right? So don't be afraid to be vocal with people that you're dating with. You don't have to be harsh, but it's just being clear. And that clarity, your authenticity, is what's going to attract the relationship. So it's good. All right, let's look at money for Aries for the month. Money everywhere. I just see money everywhere. A lot of money coming in, a lot of opportunity. There is hard work with it, but I just see money everywhere. You may have to get organized with money as well. You may have, I've got money coming in here. I got money going out there. I have money that I'm losing everywhere because I'm not paying attention to it. Whether it's through subscriptions that you don't use anymore, or whether it's just, possibly people siphoning it from you. Just have an awareness about your money. And I think even you just slowing down and recognizing where your money is going, more money's going to come in. You're going to be able to save yourself money and say, oh, wow, I had no idea I was paying that. I thought I canceled that, right? Things like that are just small things, but then they tend to add up. But I also feel just a lot of opportunity with what you're presently doing to expand and make more money. So it just feels like there's a lot of money everywhere around you, money conversations, money opportunities, and then loss is coming up, potential theft is coming up, which you'll discover, right? So you'll discover if there has been theft. So I'm seeing kind of like this sudden like awakening around if there has been theft. You're going to see it. If you haven't seen it already last month or in the previous couple months, you're going to see it this month, right? So it's kind of like the last kind of vegetables of completion from our eclipses of ending things that aren't working for you in the area of money. So I do feel like there's a lot of money coming in, but I'm seeing where you're seeing behaviors or situations that you don't like and want to be done with. All right, let's look at your career for Aries. Really interesting. I'm seeing like small little adjustments, little steps that can sometimes feel like going through the eye of the needle, but then there are huge possibilities, huge outcomes. So it's worth the time, the energy, the patience to get it right, to stay the course, to kind of, get yourself to zero in on what it is that you're wanting and needing, because it can really create a big potential for you. Really see it could blow up. So whether that means, you're trying to be an influencer on social media, or you're trying to land that specific job, or you're trying to get your resume in front of, a special person, or you've got, or you're that person and you're trying to, sell your company, and you're getting it in front of the right person, the right people. It's worth the effort of getting through this final push of getting it done right. And if you do, it just feels like there's huge potential for the career and for the money. All right, let's look at your health for Aries. So, you know, really feel like you have to trust yourself. I get some pressure in the back, right, and around the mid back, uh, carrying the load, putting pressure on yourself to do things right. You know, feel even some achiness in my body. All stems from the pressure that you put on yourself of having to carry the weight, having to do it all. I feel a little tired in this energy, of course, right, when we're pushing and we're having to go at it alone. Um, I don't see any big upheavals in health. I see it more like you already know what's going on with you. You already know what needs to be done. You already have a sense of what you haven't been doing and what you have been doing. So this is more about not having surprises, but it's more about you know what you need to do. You already know what types of food to eat and how much exercise is needed, or which doctors to go to, or which wellness campaign is going to support you. So I don't feel like there's any surprises around health this month. I just feel more like it's more definitive. Just keep going, make the decisions, you know, stop vacillating, do what you know you need to do. And then I feel like you're fine. Let's see if there's any unexpected, anything unexpected, period, right? Anything unexpected for Aries this month. So there's, first remove this energy of tiredness. And that tiredness comes from just trying, right? Just trying every which way to make it happen. Or you've been so exhausted you don't have the energy to try. Well, I feel like now the unexpected is there's an unexpected opportunity to do something big, to connect with somebody. It may be through a phone call that you get, an email, or somebody who comes to see you, or a chance meeting. But I feel like there's some, you know, definitely spiritual connection moving in the background, trying to move you front and center to become involved in something big for yourself, and even creating your own name for yourself, whatever your talent is, bringing it forward. So I do feel like there's this big energy that can open up for you that's unexpected and exciting this month. Maybe even that you hear about something that maybe you were part of 6-9 months ago, and now it's coming back, and now it's opening up and it's getting new life again. So it's like that kind of energy. It's like, wow, so it is happening, it is taking off, it is moving forward. Or it can be something completely new, but it feels like it's new to you this month. All right, so it's an exciting energy, it's an opportunity, it's an opening, and it is around you and your career. That's unexpected for the month, that feels positive. It doesn't feel negative, it feels positive. So it's an exciting shift or adjustment. Could even be a feather in your hat where you get nominated or you get selected, but it is something that you want to do, and it does feel exciting and positive. All right, you guys. So Aries, thank you so much for watching and viewing and sharing and liking and commenting below. If you like my intuitive astrologies, please click like, share it with your friends, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month.